Meto Pema, the girl from the mountain, was sitting by the window. It was a new day for Meto Pema. She was hopeful that the virus will soon leave the earth. Things will be back to normal. Meto Pema wanted to go back to school, but she enjoyed spending time with her Ange, her grandmother. Meto Pema would spend hours at the window enjoying the scenic beauty, the mountains of Bhutan. Suddenly, Dorji, a boy from her school, stopped by outside her home. He just lived nearby. He shouted her name. Meto Pema! Meto Pema! Look what my father bought for me! What is it, Dorji? Asked Meto Pema, excited. It's a smartphone. Now I can follow all the lessons we are missing at school, and my father has a laptop too. I'll be using that as well. What about you? I have a radio, said Meto Pema excitedly. Dorji laughed at Meto Pema and walked off. Ange heard their conversation. She looked sad. She cannot provide Meto Pema with anything fancy, she thought. Meto Pema caught her Ange's expressions. She hugged her, reassuring that she was happy. Ange immediately took a peek into her savings box. She counted the money and realized it's not enough. Meto Pema took the money from Ange and put it back in the box. You need this money to run this house and to take care of yourself. This is all you have. We have our animals and farm to be taken care of as well. The smartphone can wait, Ange. I will catch up when I go back to school. Ange hugged her and felt proud to have such a wonderful grandchild. But as she rested her head on her pillow that night, Meto Pema was a bit worried about school and felt a little bit envious of Dorji. She felt very sad thinking about Ange as well. Suddenly, memories of her school's morning assembly flashed in front of her eyes. She loved her school and her principal. Meto Pema's school had special assemblies dedicated to His Majesty, the King of Bhutan. The principal would read out a quote by His Majesty, and then senior students would elaborate and share their thoughts. She immediately remembered His Majesty's thought on education. You must learn to take charge of the transition and inevitable evolutions. Evolve, adapt, upgrade. The people of Bhutan must be lifelong learners. The voice of His Majesty echoed in her head. She had a spark in her eyes, an exciting smile on her face. She looked like she had the perfect idea. Next morning, she wrote something on a piece of paper and then put it up outside the spare room. It was written Ange Gilobra, meaning Ange's school. Ange laughed, but realized Meto Pema was serious. Ange's face turned grave. From now, this room is my school and you, Ange, are my teacher. Ange looked worried because she knew Meto Pema was serious and stubborn if she had made up her mind. But what can I teach you? I have never been to school myself. Even after not attending school, you are doing so much, Ange. I can learn from you the things I cannot learn at school, or you can add to it. Such as what? Cried Ange. Ange, you can teach me history. All about our kings, the Wanchuk dynasty, about 1907 and the Great Fourth. Your eyes brim with pride when you talk about him. Then you can teach me about farming, the kind of soil, if it's fertile or not, its characteristics, the process. That's something like environmental studies. How you buy and sell seeds and vegetables will cover math. In fact, practical math. Teach me about all those strange herbs you used to heal my wounds. That's home science. And most important, teach me Zonka so when school starts, I can impress my Libby, my teacher. She giggled. Ange was amazed at Meto Pema's wisdom and her enthusiasm to gain knowledge. The next morning, Meto Pema woke up, got ready for school. She walked out of the house, said bye to her animal friends, and screamed, "See you after school!" She walked back into the house pretending she's going to school. She stood near the door and asked for permission to enter. As Ange let her in, she bowed down, sat next to her Ange, and began her learning. Ange also surprised Meto Pema by making a timetable. Ange found a new purpose through this as well. Meto Pema was excited about this new routine and followed it religiously. Even if schools were shut, Meto Pema had learned from His Majesty's speech to be a lifelong learner. Meto Pema felt a certain joy in her heart that was hard for her to understand. But she felt it. Oh, dear Meto Pema.